My channel. We'll continue with our Acing technical coding interview questions. So the problem we have today is match two sorted list. So match two sorted linked list and return it as sorted list. The list should be made by splicing together the nodes of the first two lists. So this is what we have: 1 2 4 1 3 4. So we have to match the two. So 1 1 2 3 4 4. That's pretty straightforward. It's empty. It's one. Now the number of nodes in both lists in the range maximum of 50, we could have 0. The value could be negative. Both L1 and L2 are sorted in non-decreasing, or that is increasing or the same. Okay, so how do we handle this? Match two sorted linked list. So this is sorted, this is also sorted. The list should be made by splicing together the nodes of the first two lists. So we have to take each one of them one by one, and yeah, I think the best way we could just do is to create a new. We have to create a new linked list. So we just have to create a new linked list. Okay, so but we can handle the base cases easily. We say if not L1, we return L2. If not L2, we return L1. So that just undo the base cases. So in that case, if this one doesn't exist, we just return this. The second, if this one doesn't exist, we just return this. Okay. So at this point, we know we have the two. So we can now say, let's declare our health. Then we will need a dummy. So we declare it as L head, and we put that as a list node of -9. That's temporary. At the end, we're going to return L.next. So let's fill in here. So here we're going to walk through the two nodes side by side, while L1 and L2. So we'll check if L1.val is less than or equals to L2.val. So we know that we move the pointer from the L1 side. But then we also want to add the value first to our new head. So we say L the head dot next will be equals to our L1. Okay, then we want to move the pointer there, so L1 will be moved by L1 dot next. All right, else, then definitely we know is the other one. So we want to our L held to be the next to point to L2, and we want to move the pointer on the L2 side. So that will be L2.next. At the end of every iteration, we want to make sure that we move the pointer of the head to the next one. So we move the pointer of the head dot next. Okay, so that just moves that pointer to the next node. Okay, so once we're done with this, we want to check that if L1 remains, if there's anything in L1, we just want to make sure that our L head, the head dot next will be whatever is in L1. And if L2 remains too, so we do similar things. We just want to make sure that our L underscore head dot next is equal to L2. Okay, I think that's pretty it. So I think that's all we need. So what I want to do now is to run through a test and catch any bugs. So we want to run through a check and catch any bugs. So we have our L1 and L2. So here, these are not the cases. So we declare this one. So here our L1 is 1 and 1. So if L1.val is less than or equals to yes it is, then L1.add dot next equals to L1. Okay, so the next of that, alright, will now be, so here we're going to have -9 moving to 1. So we advance that. So we have an L1, so we move to 2. And here we check if 2 is less than or equals to 1, no. So here we need to move this. So we come here to move this, so this becomes 1. So this is what we have added. So now this becomes 3. And as you can see, we can continue like that. So we had 2, we had 3, then we had 4. Okay, once we are done, we look at L1, there's nothing. We look at L2, there's nothing. Then we can return the next, which is from here. So that should work. Let's see why that should not work. Let's look at this edge case. These are edge case. So in this edge case, if not L1, so we don't have L1, it returns L2, so it just returns this straight. So that works too. Alright, let's see a case where we have create our own case where we have something in both, but it's just not. So let's say we just have 1 here. So these are not the case, so this comes as 1 and 1. So at the end of the first iteration we have 1 and 1, and so we now have this. So why L1 and L2? So this doesn't work anymore. If L1, yes, we still have L1, then we just make the next of this to be equals to L1. Okay, so which will be 2, 4. So that should work. So that should give 1, 1, 2, 4. All right, let's run that. Okay, that's good, that works. Let's check this. Okay, that works too. Okay, that all works. So let's submit this. Good. All right, thank you, and see you in the next one.